Hey everybody, and welcome to the semifinals of the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship, sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Erika Stinchcomb, and we're the two hot geese.
Honk. We are back out at Hornets Nest. It's a beautiful sunny day. Not a lot of wind on the property, like I heard we saw at the Carolina Clash. Yet another calm day. We get to watch Paige Pierce, Catrina Allen, Missy Gannon, and Sarah Hokom attack this course.
So these are the top 4 seeds. They played so well in Pro Tour events all year that they got a bye yesterday. So this is their first round, competing against 4 other women that we watched yesterday, shred the course, and they're competing for 4 spots to go into the final round tomorrow.
So basically the top 4 out of 8 scores. Starting with hole 1, it's 288 feet, but it's slightly uphill. Takes a little bit longer than that. Basically, you just want to shoot the gap as far as you can and have a gentle finish to the left. Early is bad news. Missing to the right is not as bad, but it's really easy to bogey this hole if you catch an early tree.
Hailing from Plano, Texas, please help me welcome the 2017 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship champion, Miss Paige Pierce.
Paige winning in 2017 when I believe the championships were still in Jacksonville.
She was the front runner with Haley last year, correct?
Sounds right.
No, I think it was 2 years ago.
She's going with a fierce, and that's early with a really bad kick.
Our 2016 and 2019 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship champion, hailing from Pipestone, Minnesota, please put your hands together for Miss Katrina Allen. Even
with a fairly straightforward sub 300 foot hole, it is still played as the 3rd most difficult hole of the day.
Oh,
that tells you just how hard it is to get up and down if you kick off the fairway.
So 2016 was also Jacksonville, I think. Was the 2019 championships here?
Yes.
Yeah.
2019 was the first year. Katrina finding herself just around Circle's Edge.
The 2021 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships presented by Guaranteed Rate, hailing from Beacon, New York. Please put your hands together for Miss Missy Gannon.
Miss A, coming off a amazing win at the Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf event. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago? Whenever that was.
Always putting on a really strong game on the green. That's especially important here in the woods because you have to capitalize on your lucky shots and obviously try to make the most of your good shots.
Yeah, she goes Big Z Mantis to circle 2.
Rounding out our card from Caldwell, Idaho, our 2018 Disc Golf Pro Tour champion. Please put your hands together for Miss Sarah Hokom.
Really excited to watch Sarah shape some forehand lines in the woods. There's a lot of right-hand, backhand shots on this course, but I know we'll watch Hokom do some pretty amazing stuff with her sidearm.
There's a few friendly sidearm holes as well.
But a lot of backhands.
Yeah. Yeah. So Hokom gets a kick to the right. I would say she might have an easier time trying to par than Paige is going to have right here. This might even be a forehand roller with a passion.
Looks like she's 212 feet from the pin.
It's actually a better look than I was expecting.
Yeah, it is a little bit more open, just blocked right when you get around circle 2. Hoping for kind of a poke and hope at that point.
And this might be worse than I was expecting.
It is.
You never know what the course is going to give you. Just got to hug a tree and throw a smooth forehand and park it, I guess. Great shot.
Really nice recovery. Paige looking to just jump putt from the center of the fairway, get it under the basket, taking the bogey.
Missy will see if she can start with one of those big putts she is known for.
Slightly uphill. Oh, just a little low.
I'm sure she'll still make a handful of those today. She generally does. Katrina with the closest look. She threw M2 off the tee. Is too low on the putt.
No birdies on the day from the FPO field. I'm surprised by that. Although there is, only 8 women playing, but still.
Yeah, maybe a little nervy today.
Hole 1 is always tough.
We're also like talking about a lot more money than we normally think about. Like everyone who plays today gets $4,000, but if you make it to tomorrow, you get a minimum $8,000 for fourth place.
I think 8,000 is bigger than almost any purse we play for.
I mean,
all
yeah,
year.
you have to be thinking about that every time you miss a putt or mess up. Maybe not. Maybe they're more disciplined than I imagine myself to be. Regardless, Guaranteed Rate and the Pro Tour are doing some amazing things for the sport. Equitable pay, hard word, out here, so very cool to watch. Hole 2 is a water carry shot for about 250 feet. It's really an island green. There's a string line inside the boards that wraps around. Even on the left side, it's kind of hard to tell. So you have to land on the island. If you land anywhere in there, you're usually putting. I would say hyzer line, getting sneaky through the trees, or like a straight putter or mid is the most common play.
You want something to land softly, though. Ooh, little slip on the tee pad. You want something to land softly, though, because it can very easily carry over the top of the island and slide out of bounds deep.
That's a cool line with her PA1.
Oh.
Turnover. It looked like it was going to park it, but it catches the very last tree and stays in.
It's scary to put it up high off this tee pad because if you do catch one of those trees, you could very easily slide into OB or even over the wall into the water. I like this low play from Missy.
Yeah, buzz from her. And the right side play is great, but you do bring in some trees into play. So great job getting through. This is a resistor. And the touch looks great. Yeah, beauty.
This is one of only a handful of holes that is reachable for an ace. We got to watch Holly Finley throw an ace on this hole yesterday. Not a lot of short reachable holes on this course.
The front nine definitely has some. Everyone's looking to score hot and get at least a couple down on the front nine to go into the more technical, difficult back nine.
Paige looking for that left gap. Doesn't quite turn it as much, but she'll be right around circle's edge.
Everyone on the island. Katrina with the longest look here for her birdie. Dang.
Oh, baby.
That's one way to turn around a bad break. Let's see it one more time. Oh, that's cool with the hill right there.
Gives it a chance the whole way. It squeaks in right. Top right side chains looks perfect.
Her visor also looks perfect. I'm into it.
I believe she saves that visor just for this round.
All year.
Ready to be shown off.
Yeah, nice smooth putt from Paige, getting herself back to even par.
Nice birdie from Sarah as well. 63% of the field, which is 5 of the 8 women finding a birdie on this island hole.
All 4 of these women. And if you haven't checked out the bracket system of how this works, go take a look. Everyone's starting clean today with a fresh score starting at even par. Hole 3 is super difficult. It's a par 4, 609 feet. You're trying to throw all the way down pretty straight to this corner right here. If you get to the, height of the bridge, if you can make it almost to the bridge, it's a pretty easy, I want to say, pitch up. But the birdie is really, really difficult. This played as the hardest hole yesterday, I believe.
Yes, and it is the 3rd most difficult today.
The tee shot's insanely hard to get it perfectly in that spot you need.
This is one where it really benefits the players that don't try to bite off too much. Throwing straight here is better than erroring to the right. The left is okay. You can definitely pitch out across maybe over the bridge from the left side of the fairway, but right side is pretty tough to recover from.
Impossible, perhaps. Katrina threw an M4, really beautiful. She'll have a look at maybe getting that elusive birdie.
I did not realize how windy it was out here today.
Yeah.
Wow.
It looks like it just picked up. 1 and 2 didn't look so bad. But that was a great shot from Missy. She's a little on that left side, but, relatively open. The forehand is scary because if you go in too early on this right side, again, you're probably just pitching out. She almost makes it to the corner.
She'll be sitting in the wide open and be able to shape something up. At this point, not possible to get a birdie without a long putt.
Paige with her soul. Early again, but it's... Yeah, hit a tree and stopped. Paige really just playing for a par here. It'd be great if she can get it across the bridge into the open.
Oh, that's how this type of hole out here at Hornets Nest can quickly spiral. She can still recover from here. She can still,
bogey. She can still bogey.
She can still save a bogey here. But all these holes at Hornets Nest, once you get out of position, it's so easy to continue to find trees as you're trying to get up the sides of the fairway.
That was a good shot. Right across the bridge.
Missy lying 315 feet from the pin, according to the Bushnell Range FInder.
She's breaking out her thrasher that she throws so well with the backhand. Don't see it quite as much on the forehand, and it pushes so straight.
She's throwing 315 uphill with the sidearm.
Yeah, just like a straight flip up, chill sidearm.
I mean, that was very technical and awesome.
Yeah, her forehand is just getting better and better. Katrina having to deal with this one skinny tree in front of her. Yeah, pulled it just a little. But hopefully a routine upshot for her par. Hokom's a little cut off here, like we said. She's probably going to have to throw a pretty tall hyzer.
Trying to get it to carry to the right, maybe giving her a long putt.
Yeah, circle 2, I think. Yeah, there were no birdies here yesterday. Got a couple long looks at it for today.
Katrina just pitching up to the green.
Picture perfect.
I feel like a birdie here feels like an eagle. Like this this is such like not a tweener because you can definitely chip and get a par, but
it's 2 absolutely perfect shots to get in the circle.
Paige catches another tree on the right side, just trying to get up to the green and gets a pretty brutal kick into the woods.
Really pretty scenery, though. That's a good out. I believe that was her Raptor to a little over 20 feet. Oh, this is quite a long look.
She's forced to do a patent pending little soft bid. Looks nice.
Yeah, par's good here.
Looks like we have one person left. With the birdie look, she seems to be around 45 feet.
Yeah, maybe
50?
closer to 50.
Yeah, she's out there.
Straddle.
Wow.
Ooh, left
Straddle
side.
standstill.
Yep, that's a beagle.
Yes. It's a beautiful beagle.
Uh-huh.
Yes, let's
Man,
watch.
she shouldn't even jump. Doesn't even need to jump.
And it's a hyzer putt too, just carries the whole way.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure out here to get all the birdies, even more than normal.
Especially
I think was 5
early
down
on.
the hot score yesterday.
Yes.
So somewhere around there is, I think, where everybody's thinking
Aiming.
that they need to get to advance to tomorrow.
To guarantee it. Especially,
To guarantee it.
Yeah, especially now that we've added the 4 top seed players into the mix. I mean, they're always elevating the competition, and 5 down, I feel like, is probably the minimum on everyone's head.
Yeah, I think the goal. That was a nice little tester straddle from Katrina for her par, and a nice tap in from Hokom.
Hole 4 is a new hole, or a new tee pad on a similar hole to years prior. So you can see on the flightfactorydiscs.com drone footage you want to throw right here past these big trees. Maybe throw a sidearm or a turnover on your second shot, trying to land somewhere in this area, avoiding that green box in the corner that's out of bounds, and then pitching up to the green for your birdie. There is out of bounds on the left-hand side in the parking lot and wrapping around the backside. There's a nice little bubble of safety to the right of the basket as well that allows you to be little bit more aggressive on your shot to the green.
Here's that thrasher that Missy just threw forehand. She's been lacing this thing
Wow.
all year, nice and straight, with great distance as well.
Yeah, she just went to crush down on that. Those 2 trees is a normal landing zone, especially with this low ceiling tee shot.
It's a 400G D2 from Katrina. It's a little high, but there's room over there. And she's in a great spot.
Totally.
Yeah, this one is pretty easy to birdie, but we saw yesterday Haley actually got an eagle look on it because the distance isn't really the problem. And you can even get sneaky and cut an out-of-bounds corner if you're, feeling saucy.
This is a tough sidearm. Hokom really manages her angle, her landing angle well. It could easily cut roll, and there's out of bounds on the right-hand side of the fairway.
Yeah, the tee shot's a hard sidearm, but then the second shot shapes up. Second shot shapes up for a sidearm really well. Wow, that took a crazy bounce from Paige's tee shot.
Yeah, it carries a lot farther through the low ceiling of trees.
So this is the corner we're talking about that Paige can cut. She chooses to go inbounds the whole way versus cutting the corner.
Looks like she hyzers out a little early, and she'll be out of bounds just before that green box that we saw that's right at the turn.
Dang. Yeah. And she even tried to play it safe. That's a bummer.
Sarah only 315 feet to the pin, opting to go over the out-of-bounds baseball field.
Ooh.
Toys with the out-of-bounds line just before that green box.
Was she safe? And pretty close for her birdie.
Even though it is only 315 feet to the pin from where Sarah and Missy are lying, it's across out-of-bounds just through that line of trees on the right-hand side.
And it's a sharp angle. It's very demanding. Missy not trying to do anything too heroic and just, pitch up for the easy birdie. Very smart play.
Katrina, 322 feet, but she's also opting to go the corner route. It's really low ceiling trying to cut the edge, but it is such a tempting shot when you're sitting over there.
It's so tempting.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. It is a little windy to try anything crazy today.
I mean, that's what Hokom is doing. She's cutting an OB corner right now.
Wow. From a knee, that was so good.
Yeah, she'll have to putt kind of uphill at an elevated pin. It's not that far, not even 25 maybe, but it's probably going to be a tricky putt with the breeze.
It's impressive to get that much power while kneeling that low to the ground. Paige
Is Paige throwing 5?
Yep.
Yeah.
Paige is having to still cross out of bounds almost the whole way to the basket. She finds the wood chips.
Yeah, Paige with a kind of a rough go of it here. There's still lots of birdies out there, but I'm sure she's aware. I mean, there's not that many people to pay attention to see what you need to do today. Katrina up there for an easy birdie.
It's definitely a good sign if you're winning your card with these 4 ladies on your card.
138 feet to go for Missy. Looking really confident with that sidearm. Absolutely parks it.
Sarah for birdie.
Not quite enough height.
That hill that we see both Sarah and Katrina putting from is a lot steeper than it looks on camera.
Plus the elevated pin. Katrina giving it plenty of height. Catches nicely for her birdie. She moves to 2 down.
There were 4 birdies on the day.
Oh, I miscounted. Boy, I do that a lot.
And we got
Paige
to watch
saving a bogey.
We got to watch 2 of them on this card.
One of the easier holes out here. It's a 258-foot par 3. There is OB on the right that cuts into right before that tree and then kind of bubbles out to the right. The road is OB on the left that wraps all the way around the basket. A forehand shapes up really nice to kind of battle this hillside here and kind of skip up to try to park it. Everybody can reach this. It feels absolutely like a gimme. You can definitely get there with a backhand as well. Backhand turnover.
Yeah, this is another one that is reachable.
Yeah.
One that you can maybe consider even trying to play a little bit aggressive, hunt some chains. Missy lays it up perfectly inside the circle.
Yeah, she landed it just outside the circle and skips right in. It's a beautiful play.
Katrina opting for a standstill, picking out a really overstable disc and flexing it up.
It's a D1. It's like right on circle's edge there. Another uphill putt for her birdie.
Displayed as the easiest hole on the day, with 7 out of 8 women finding circle 1 off the tee.
Yeah. A gimme if there ever was one. Oh, yeah. Park job from Sarah. That was her resistor. Paige showing us the backhand route with her fierce. That looks gorgeous. She says, go in the basket.
Landed with so much spin. Did a little dance on the wood chips.
Bouncing around. Being cute.
Katrina from what looks to be around 28 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Her putting's looking so strong today. Looking super confident. If she is a little off center, it seems almost to be high.
Yeah. Better high than low, they say. Still doesn't feel great like that, but I guess you can't get all the birdies.
Three out of the first 5 is great.
Yeah.
On this course, that is such a comfy cushion for the rest of the round.
Yeah, Paige is going to have to work hard to reel these ladies in, but she's kind of known for that.
Hole 6 is 321 feet. It's very straightforward. You just want to throw something out here that hyzers into the green. You can float one up high that skips in, or take this early gap that we can see right now to the elevated pin. Thanks to FlightFactoryDisc.com for the awesome drone footage working with Gkpro. They have over 2,000 discs in stock on their website, but they also have a brick and mortar in Pensacola, Florida, which is my hometown. Check them out, FlightFactoryDisc.com.
Here's an M2 from Katrina. She trusts this disc so much, and some enviable power to get down there. She does catch one of the last guardian trees, and I think she can't tell if she landed inside the circle or not, but she will have a putt.
Barely inside.
She's having a lot of those kind of long tester putts, but she's been nailing them. Very difficult sidearm hole for Hokom here. She's throwing her relay and
cuts in a little early.
Almost did it.
Yeah, cuts in a little early, but thankfully gets a not too bad of a kick off the tree and just filters forward just a little bit to around circle 2.
Yeah, this hole is a righty hyzer's dream, you know. It's relatively easy to get a look at it anyway, but
Definitely.
except for those dang trees. Let them in.
Yeah, she catches one of the 2 big guardian trees. Gets an unfortunate little roll away.
See if Missy can miss the trees.
Working the skip into the green. Gets a big flare skip.
Yeah.
She'll be on circle's edge on the wood side.
Ooh, this looks awkward.
Yeah, I thought she filtered out a little bit, but it looks like she's having to go through the woods.
Beautiful out. Deep lunge, Anheuser floaty look.
Paige straddling wide to the left side of the tree. It looks like she's going to go full send on this.
Oh, you got it, right?
Oh!
Perfect height.
She knows she needs to make up some strokes at this point. I know there's a lot of golf left, but man, the hot start from the rest of the card, it's got to feel a little daunting.
Oh, yeah.
Katrina again. Hitting the high side, even on the elevated basket.
She's out of tester range and into really good putt range. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 25 is a tester, but she's making everything from 25 to like 40.
Just one after another.
Ooh, and Missy answers. Both of them 4 down.
Gosh, 4 down through 6. I would be ecstatic out here. Paige with a comebacker for par.
Now she's a comeback queen.
Totally. And Sarah for her par after her really awesome scramble from the woods.
Yeah, it really was a great scramble.
I'm Garrett Gerthy. People know me as Double G. I've been making Double G craft jerky since I was 16 years old.
Whether I'm at home or on the road, Double G craft jerky is the snack that I go for.
I've actually found myself eating Double G craft jerky on my long drives to the next tournament.
We all know Double G's got a big arm, but he's also got a big heart. Every bag of Double G jerky that you buy supports children's disc golf and goes to a great cause.
You can find Double G craft jerky at doublegjerky.com.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
They drove it long distance. Hole 7 is 588 feet. This is one of my favorite holes on the course. It's out of bounds on the left-hand side the whole way. On the road, the right-hand side is just natural. It'll be lots of trees, lots of trouble to get into. That would definitely could quickly add strokes. You want to land one in the middle of the fairway and hopefully get down far enough where you can throw your second shot to the green. But it's really difficult to do that on this course. I mean, on this hole, because the more ground you cover, the more trouble you can get into if you err.
As we saw yesterday, there's this one bush on the right that if you're throwing a backhand... she's actually going right for it. That bush is incredibly dense and catches a lot of backhands, but she gets all the way through.
Oh, so roller's how you get through that bush.
Yeah, she's kind of rolled into one a little bit. She'll be a little pinched on the right, but she got maximum distance.
I think she's going to be really pinched. She went far over there to the right. Who knows what's in that no man's land. Missy opting for the hyzer play, wanting it to sit down, and it does. She's way down there, but where she has landed, she's going to really have to contend with the low-hanging tree branches that go all the way down the left side of the fairway.
Or there is a hyzer line. It's just difficult to get to the pin if that's what you take. Mm-hmm. This is a crave thrown really to the ideal spot, I think. We'll see what the look is like from there, but basically you're just trying to land in the middle of the gap, most of us. Paige throwing a passion.
She's probably trying to go big here, get way down the fairway. She puts a lot of punch on it.
Yeah.
Lands right in the middle where you want to.
Beautiful shot. Just a laser beam. Missy,
yeah, she's going to have to deal with that low ceiling from being up on the hill.
Still going left side, being aggressive. Turns it over too much, but actually gets a very favorable kick back into the good side of the fairway.
Sarah also looks like she's lining it up on the left gap.
Yeah, makes sense for...
Oh
no, she's going right. Yeah, the left side was pinched.
I love the flex play there, especially for her sidearm.
It's really difficult to get closer than that if you go right side play. It was well done, especially on a sidearm.
It used to be a little friendlier at this course to skip one off the road, but these trees have gotten really big in the last couple of years, and it just makes the skip play not safe anymore.
Paige getting caught up in the trees, but dropping safe in bounds. Man, Katrina way up there. She has a very small gap.
Puts it high enough. Looks like it might have trickled some branches and forced it a little bit to the right earlier than she wants.
She might have some kind of look at a putt.
Missy throwing 3. just laying up to the green.
Nice and easy.
Although birdie is definitely in play on this hole, it definitely is possible. 4 feels really good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this typically plays as one of the harder holes, I believe.
Yep, this was middle of the pack, 9th most difficult hole on the day.
Oh, that's not bad, actually.
But only 1 birdie.
Okay.
1 birdie and 1 bogey.
So most people able to find the par.
Yep, and these elite 8 women.
Katrina really not able to give it a run at all, but she's up there for a pretty easy par. Hokom here, only chance at birdie. Super long look. Good height.
Oof.
Fades out just a little early.
Heather Young finding the only birdie of the day.
Good connection there from Katrina.
As we watch everyone tap in their pars, everyone's preparing for entering the woods. The narrow fairways of Hornets Nest are beautiful, but also very daunting. There's a lot of trouble to get in on the sides of the fairway.
And a long walk to think about it from 7 to 8.
Yeah. It's a very big change from the first 6 holes that we've watched so far, or 7 holes.
Math.
Math.
Hole 8, you shoot through a small gap here. You're trying to push straight, and really it's a placement shot, but kind of a max distance placement shot, or nearly max. You're trying to land right about here, and then you have a couple of different gaps that you can choose in the middle or the right side to throw something straight, or perhaps a backhand hyzer, or some kind of tricky anhyzer forehand. I'm sure we'll see all sorts of things on this hole. No real out of bounds to speak of. I guess it's way over on the right, but it is difficult to find. Or is there OB deep too?
Nope.
On the tee?
I think it's
Just
right.
right.
Just right.
Yeah.
The
Katrina hanging it out really wide. Did she catch something?
Yeah, and it looks like it didn't do anything wrong with it. That's a great spot to land.
Yeah, she just seemed.
She seems dead center cut in the middle of the gap.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened. She kind of seemed upset for a second, or maybe happy. There was emotion.
The tee shot is so crucial on this hole. Of course, making it through the Mando, that narrow gap, but it's just so important not to filter early like we see Missy here.
Yeah,
you can still rescue from there, rescue mission for your par, but you take the birdie completely out of play.
Yeah, and I mean, realistically, for her, pitching up could be the smartest move. If you try to cut the corner when you're early, you can really find a lot of trouble. This is a nice shot. She's a little farther from the gap than I guess is perfectly ideal, but for the forehand, I think that's just fine. And distance-wise, she can absolutely get up there for a birdie.
Finishing right of that center tree is not a bad play here. It's okay to be floated out there. You can see Paige doing just that. She might be pushing a little deeper than you want here. She maybe went past the gap.
I think she'll have a look
Yeah.
at getting up there for sure.
It's not a terrible place to be. It just
Yeah.
makes the birdie a little bit more difficult because you do kind of have to U backwards if you go past the gap.
That's true, but it's easier than this. Missy, I mean, essentially a pitch up going maybe, 80 feet or something like that into the gap.
Yep, really just trusting her approach game at this point.
This actually shapes up pretty nice for a forehand here. She went almost past the gap, but it opened up a forehand hyzer.
And being far away from the gap to the right gave her the room to work her shot.
Yeah, she gets to maybe circle two's edge.
Paige is a little bit past the gap, but she's really confident with her anhyzer shot. She puts something up high. It looks like a fierce. And it finishes right around circle's edge.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, well done.
Didn't even need to pan or anything. It just kind of held the whole way.
Katrina choosing a standstill forehand, which with a M2. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that looks
Gorgeous.
great. Just a wee bit short, but inside the circle.
Missy throwing her third shot, scrambling for her par.
You can see her safe pitch up still makes a pretty tester shot of an approach there.
Yeah.
She just really had to weave through some trees.
That was her Gannon Undertaker. And like you said, just trusting her approach game to get her close. Long look for birdie. Hokom will have to settle for a par.
This is another hole where par feels great. Birdie is almost beagly.
I think it's beagle-ish. Ooh, look at that birdie.
Huge putt. Yeah, let's watch that in slow-mo. It's
Please.
framed up nicely, forcing the focus.
Yeah, a couple feet outside the circle. Looked beautiful the whole time. Really well done.
What a great confidence booster going into these wooded holes. She was the only birdie of the day. This is Missy for
Her par. So much confidence. How does she do it? Might have been a spoiler in there. I couldn't tell.
Katrina missing just a little bit high for her birdie.
Sorry, folks. And Hokom tapping in for a par.
Moving on to the final hole of the front nine. It's 496 feet. I call this the vine hole, obviously. This vine, you want to get through that and miss this middle fairway tree. Right or left, both work. You want to push deep on the trees on the back wall facing from the tee pad and then hyzer out into the middle somewhere here, hopefully giving yourself a short approach to the green on this elevated basket. There's no out of bounds to worry about, but the left side is pretty awful, so you just want to make sure you miss right if you're going to miss one way.
Yeah, a couple ways to play this hole. I mean, at 500 feet, you really just need to throw something, you know, halfway there on a control shot, just like this, as long as it doesn't fade too far to the left. And then distance-wise, it's not that far to get up there for her birdie. Some people choose to go distance driver and bite off a lot, which, I mean, can lead to an easy birdie, but, you know, a bad kick can lead to a lot of other scores.
Katrina early released. She's going to that left side, which is where you don't want to be. It looks like it gets caught up.
I think she's on the edge, but birdie might be out of play.
This plate is the second most difficult hole on the course. It's a little bit surprising, but in reality, I feel like any hole on this course could go that way.
Could be the hardest hole, yeah.
With such a small field, it just depends on which holes got people that day.
Man,
any
Missy
hole can get you.
Is so good with that thrasher. I love watching her throw that. It just goes so straight.
This is a tough tee shot for Sarah, having to bend that forehand to the left. She late releases it just a little bit, catches a tree, and kicks pretty early left.
This looks like a rough scramble shot, too.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough save for par here.
Forehand roller. Wow.
That looks great.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oops, stop. Gorgeous.
That's great. Looks like she'll almost have a pretty easy pitch up.
Yeah, just to save her par. Katrina on the edge, throwing a wide standstill and hyzer
Looks
forehand.
like a good line.
Also, wow, did I say birdie was out of play?
Yes.
Scratch that.
I thought so too. That left side is so tough. Seems like the trees are all in a perfect place where you can't really find a line, but they found lines.
Yeah, never got to count these ladies out. They surprise me constantly. It's pretty cool, actually.
Missy catching that last little guardian tree before the green, knocking her down right around circle's edge.
Paige way up here, but a little caught up on the left side. Has a window.
Ooh.
Wow, flashes chains.
She'll be deep for her comebacker, but right around 40, 45 feet, and we know that's in her wheelhouse.
I feel like this is the third time we've seen a shot like this from Sarah. Just fully stretched out.
I did not realize she filtered kind of back into the woods.
Yeah, I thought
she was in the wide open.
I thought she was on the edge, but, you know, friendlier. A friendlier edge.
That was a mean edge.
Yeah, rough edge.
Looks like she is about to just give it a long bid for par, but most likely just pitch up.
Pretty good effort.
Yeah, nice soft bid.
She'll have to settle for her first bogey of the round.
I think this is for birdie for Missy.
Long birdie.
Oh! Just a little bit low on the cage.
Paige with a long comebacker for her birdie. This is to get herself to even par after the front 9. Big moment. Not quite.
So close. Just a little bit left.
Katrina for an amazing birdie scramble. Just high again.
There were actually no birdies on hole 9 today. A little surprising. But you can see just how much can go wrong on those tee shots. Katrina catching the band twice, remaining confident on the putting green.
Boy. Yeah, just high a couple times.
Sarah, unfortunately, picking up a bogey stroke as well, but they have a little cushion from their first half of the front 9. Missy staying strong, and so far I believe she's bogey free.
Yeah, super clean.
Take a peek at all the scorecards. Look at all that green on Missy and Katrina's cards. That's a lot of birdies to start out. Fortunate little blemish at the end there for Katrina and Sarah. Paige having a little bit of some hiccups on the front, but there's room to clean it up on the back. As we look at the leaderboard, it looks like our feature card ladies are riding high in the top 4, but Haley King sneaking up in there as well. We know she likes it on this course.
Yep, Kona and Heather also under par for the round. A lot can happen on this back 9.
Oh yeah, if you guys watched yesterday, you know that for a fact. Well, thanks for hanging out with us on the front. We'll see you in the back. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk honk.